We're live. Hey everyone, welcome to West New York Brews, Buffalo's beer and brewing podcast. My name is Scott. I'm a home brewer just outside of Buffalo, New York. And on this episode, we're talking to Brian from the Buffalo Beer League. As always, we're talking about the Buffalo Beer Buzz that you can find at Step Out Buffalo right now. We'll check on that because we might be having a problem with the website. But you can always find it at buffalobeerleague.com. And if you go to buffalobeerbuzz.com, okay, here's what's up. If you go to buffalobeerbuzz.com, it will send you to the archive, the category of all the Buffalo Beer Buzzes. So you can click on the main one. The most recent will be the first one on the screen. And then you'll have all the archives there, and you can search the Buffalo Beer Buzzes if you want. So just go to buffalobeerbuzz.com. It'll take you to all of them. So before we get going, I want to let you know that we are a member of the Hopped Up Network. It is a podcast network of regional independent beer podcasts, regions including areas such as Western New York. We are joined on the Hopped Up Network by a couple of other local beer podcasts. I was just listening to Buffalo Brews today. It made me want to hike. I'm going to Allegheny tomorrow, and it made me want to hike because they're hikers on that podcast. We are not so much. But we'll get into this in a couple of seconds here as soon as we listen to the theme song. I'm going to look up who actually recorded that theme song for me because it was a Fiverr order. I've mentioned it before. Meant to sound like Beer, the song Beer by Real Big Fish from the Basketball soundtrack. And they nailed it. And I really should be giving this guy more credit. So, Firth, his last name is Firth. I just don't remember his first name. So we are the West New York Brews and Buffalo Beer League, and you can find all that at buffalobeerleague.com or buffalo.beer or wny.beer, all those places. And this week's Buffalo Beer Buzz has stories ranging from the normal, like the Thursday night that we're missing at Hofbrauhaus right now, to the, fairly regular, the beer releases this weekend. But it also has some sad news, which is, I think, where we should start tonight.
Yeah, I always hate including bad news in the beer buzz, but somebody's got to do it.
Let's lead off with the bad news so that we can get into the good news. So the Weirdly Wonderful Fest, just unforeseen circumstances, is off. Do you know more? Or what's going on?
No, they Thin Man. Unfortunately, this is the Weirdly Wonderful Fest. This was set to be the first year of this. This festival sounded awesome with a list of breweries that Thin Man had lined up for it, but they had posted a couple of days ago that due to unforeseen circumstances, that was all they said, and they didn't elaborate. It's going to be postponed for the time being. Postponed, not canceled.
Okay.
So they said they were working on a postponement date, but they are offering refunds for people who had tickets.
And how do you get those refunds?
Well, if you read the Beer Buzz this week,
you should. That's what I'm trying to do. Is I'm trying to get people here.
I have all of that I have all of that information listed out perfectly here. You can either message them on Instagram or email info@thinmanbrewery.com, and they'll take care of you there.
Yeah, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. Actually, probably a couple of months ago now. It sounded like a lot of fun, and that's too bad. Hopefully, they figure it out soon.
Yeah, as someone who was really looking forward to this event, who already had their ticket, yeah, I'm bummed that it's getting postponed.
Yeah, that is sad. So that's the sad news for this week.
I'm glad we got that out of the way.
Other sad news is that we're missing Hofbrauhaus. The Hofbrauhaus release, like we typically miss on Thursdays. This week is the Pils. Oop, I lost it just now. There it is. This week is the Pils release party, including Die House Band at 6 p.m. and it's currently 9:18 p.m. So we missed this one again.
Yeah, they did their they brought Pilsner back this month. That's one of their summer offerings, and we missed the parade and the barrel tapping and Die House Band, which I love those guys. Those guys are a lot of fun.
Yep. This is your weekly reminder that Brian puts this out on Wednesday nights, and you can find it at buffalobeerleague.com and go check it out and read about this so that you can go to next week's Thursday night if you want to, or the next Thursday night, I should say, if they're not doing it next week. Tonight being Thursday, you're going to hear this on Friday. I'll try to get it out tonight, but either way, it's gone. It's too late.
I was going to say, it's we don't do this on purpose. It's just
That's right.
A victim of scheduling.
That's right. So Wednesday night, you should check out and see, oh, maybe I want to go to that on Thursdays. But there are other things. I feel like we're going fast this week. I'm sorry. I'll slow it down. There are other things releasing this weekend, including, hold on. I lost where I wanted to go to. No. Oh, it's not another release. I'm sorry. It's the Carnival. It's the Eli Fish Carnival.
Well, there are releases built into that event.
That's true. So let's talk about, first of all, the Eli Fish Carnival, which is happening on the 8th at 4 p.m. That's this Saturday, which will include Eli Fish beer and some new seltzers. What do you know about the seltzers?
Yeah, so they're releasing... they didn't elaborate on what Eli Fish beer will be available. I assume everything, like the majority of what they have available will be available at the carnival. Mm-hmm. But they're releasing a trio of new seltzers: Bomb Pop, Blue Hawaiian, and Red Gatorade, which sounds interesting. I don't usually drink a lot of hard seltzer, but these three flavors sound good.
Yeah. There's some what's the word? Iconic flavors here.
Yeah.
Bomb Pop, Red Gatorade, Blue Hawaiian, which I assume is like Hawaiian Punch.
I would imagine, yeah.
Yeah, iconic flavors of seltzers. If you're a seltzer person, they have craft vendors, a dunk tank, carnival food and drinks, Noggle. I'm going to look that up in just a second.
Yeah, a game of some sort, I assume. Right? I don't know that for sure.
Noggle. I'm going to Google it while we're doing this. They also have live music. And tickets are $8 online or $10 at the door.
Excuse me. It's $8 in advance. So if you were to go online and buy tickets now, they're $8, or it goes up to $10 the day of.
Okay. Ooh, Noggle. It is a fun, competitive, portable, badass nail striking game.
Nail striking game.
The object. The team who drives. The team which drives? No. The team who drives. The team. Okay, sorry. The team who drives all of their nails into the woodblock first wins the match.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure I've played this game before. I want to say I played it at the home show.
It is a weird sounding thing here.
I want to say I've played this game before.
Noggle. I'm on Noggle.net. That's KNOGGLE. Noggle.net. I'm gonna look this up some more after we hang up here. That's a weird thing. Again, we're going camping this weekend at Allegheny, and we're always looking for lawn games. We're gonna be playing Cube and some Can Jam.
Wait, you're gonna be playing what?
Cube.
And what is that?
Have you not heard of Cube?
I have not.
Oh, Cube is great. Cube is not as consumable as nailing things in wood, apparently. You set up your 5 cubes on your side. Other people set up their 5 cubes on their side. It's a small piece of wood, like a 4x4, little piece, maybe that big. And you throw dowels at them across the way. And if you knock them over, they have to throw theirs back. And the more you get knocked over from your side, the more you have to knock over on the other side. And it's a lot of fun. Cube. Should look that up.
Cube. Okay, that's
Cube.
Sounds interesting.
It's KOOB, and every time we play it, for the past 2 years, we've gone to Allegheny saying we need to buy 8 to 10 more Cube games, because every time we're there, people are like, "What is this game?" And we're like, "Oh, it's Cube, and this is how you play, and this is what's going on." And if we just had it with us, like, "Oh, and here's one for $75." They'd be like, all right, cost us 50, pay
Yeah,
sell it for 75. Pretty sure that's legal, right?
I suppose there's a resale market for most everything.
You paint it in Bill's colors, and no Bill's logos, not going to get in trouble.
Of course.
I'm just saying
Of
red,
course.
white, and blue, right? Oh, we have this red, white, and blue set over here, or this blue and gold set over here. Those ones are 85 a piece. Because every time we play, people walk over. What is this game? It's called Coob.
Well,
Koob.
I mean, I would. It sounds very visually appealing.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It's as fun as cornhole. I was trying to think. Is it more fun? Is it less fun? No, it's as fun as cornhole. It's as fun as bocce.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
We just bought we just bought a new bocce set. I like playing that.
It's more fun than badminton.
I don't think I'm not the biggest fan of badminton.
All right. We've learned things about each other tonight. Sorry, jumping back in because we got on a Noggle tangent.
At least we know what it is now.
That's right. This Friday night, the 10th annual Bricks and Brews at Frank Lloyd Wright's Martin House. Wow, that was tough. So, the Bricks and Brews. Have you ever gone?
No, I've not been to this event. Sadly,
me neither.
I mean, considering that it's the 10th annual event and I've never been there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the Martin House, which I passed it the other day for the first time, not knowing what I was passing.
Right.
And, behind the wheel, probably a little dangerously, like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah.
It was the Frank Lloyd Wright Martin House. And proceeds for that go to the Frank Lloyd Wright Martin House. And, sorry, I lost my page. Tickets. How much are tickets for this?
They are 70 for non-members and 60 for members.
Excellent. And you can find those at martinhouse.org. It's a rain or shine event, and that is happening Friday. And I'm going to make sure this podcast gets out tonight, Thursday. So if you're listening to it, as soon as it hits your podcast player, you'll be able to buy tickets for tomorrow. Or if you're listening on Friday, you can buy tickets for tonight. You can prove to that new girlfriend that you're cultured, that you want to go to the Bricks and Brews at Frank Lloyd Wright's house. Frank Lloyd Wright Martin House.
Okay, so cultured in the sense that it's at the Frank Lloyd Wright Martin House, or you mean cultured in the sense that you're drinking craft beer?
Both.
Oh,
go. Isn't this beautiful architecture? Pinky out. While you're drinking your craft beer from 25 West New York breweries and cideries, live music from PA Line, food from Coyote Cafe, local, walkable from my house, walkable from your house if you had the time.
That is true,
right? Anything's walkable if you have the time.
Yeah. If you have the time and stamina to walk that far, yeah.
And KT Caribbean cuisine food trucks. Caribbean or Caribbean? What do you say? Caribbean, right? Yeah. We're right. Everyone else is wrong.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah. I think there's only one more thing going on in the Buffalo Beer Buzz this week. And there are two more things. Oh, and there's some fun ones too. Okay, I'm going to leave one of them for last. Let's talk about Beer Kind Brewing, because you also wrote an article about this at BuffaloBeerLeague.com, which hopefully people can get to at some point. The new brewery in planning in the town of Tonawanda has launched their Indiegogo campaign. We talked about it last week too.
Yeah.
With the goal of $15,000. Friends of the podcast, I will say, the Traveling Growler people, they launched their Indiegogo campaign. And they have rewards, including stickers, koozies, pint glasses, shirts, tickets to their soft opening, a chance to be a brewmaster for a day, lifetime Port Club membership, and more. They're targeting a fall opening, which sounds ambitious, but I'm really hoping that they can get there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not entirely sure. Like I mentioned last week on the podcast, I'm not entirely sure what type of build out is necessary at the building they're moving into. So,
did we talk about where they're going?
No, I didn't mention it because if you go to their Indiegogo page, the address is listed right on there.
Okay.
I haven't mentioned
Oh,
it
I see it.
because
Yep.
they don't have all of their lease and stuff in order yet.
Okay. But it is right there. Let's
Yeah.
not, I won't say it here either. It gives you a good reason to go check out their Indiegogo campaign, which you can find at the buffalobeerleague.com, and check out the Buffalo Beer Buzz and click on the link.
So their goal is they have a $15,000 goal. Right now they're at 3,200, so 21% of their total goal. And they outright said that the money they raise from Indiegogo is going to go to furnish their tap room.
Okay.
They're going to look, looking for communal seating and TVs and stuff like that.
Oh, excellent.
So it's going to a good cause. I mean, if you plan on going there to drink, like say for instance, if I lived in Tonawanda, I would be donating heavily to this because I'd probably be spending a lot of time here.
Yeah, for sure, right?
Not saying, I mean, we'll go there, but I mean, if I lived in town, like if I lived within walking distance.
Yeah, and I've had Alex's beers before, and that makes me want to try it out. So even here, living in Hamburg,
yeah, and I'm
definitely gonna make it out there.
I talked to Alex recently, and I'm hoping we collectively are hoping to have him on the podcast. He wants to come on the podcast and get together and drink a bunch of his beer.
Oh, awesome!
To get our thoughts on it.
I want to drink a bunch of his beer and give him my thoughts on it.
Collectively, not me.
Yeah, no. Okay, next week? Maybe next week.
I would have to find out when he's available.
All right. Yeah, let's talk to Alex. Let's see what's going on.
Yeah, I think that would be a fun future episode.
I'm going to look this up while we talk about the last thing on this week's Buffalo Beer Buzz, which is friend of the podcast, multiple episodes.
Yes.
With Carl. And he's going to be talking IPAs, which is awesome.
Yeah, so I want to say they've done this event before, not specifically with IPAs. I want to say it was with a different beer style, if I'm not mistaken. But so this is a limited seats. There's only 20 tickets available to this. 20.
Oh.
So it's an IPA talk with Carl, and if you know Carl, you know you're in for a good time. If you're doing anything intimate with him, well, that sounded really weird.
Oh yeah. Why wouldn't you? Right? Do all sorts of intimate stuff with Carl Kobe.
This IPA talk involves, so you'll get 6 beers. Carl will lead you through everything: the brewing process, ingredients, taste profile, flavor profiles, aromas, all that stuff. You'll get Mosaic Screamer, which is their Mosaic hopped cream ale, Lavender Polo IPA, which is one of their newer ones, Autoflower Hazy IPA, Sticky Trees, of course, and Sticky Icky, which is their kind of flagship, not quite flagship, but their core hazy IPA, and Space Monkey Episode 8, The Last Space Monkey, which actually comes out Saturday, the day this event takes place. So you'll get all 6 of those beers. There'll be food available, and it sounds like a great time.
So I was looking this up just now. Carl has been on at least 3 West New York Brews podcasts. Very likely more, but he was the main topic of at least 3.
And if I'm not mistaken, he holds the record for most profanity on a single podcast.
I don't know, because Jeff Ware came on and gave him a run for his money. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jeff, and the first time we had Matt Kahn on, I remember.
The first time we had Matt Kahn, that was a pretty good run.
But it is funny. It is funny to go back and look at those episodes when we when BBL and WMI Brews first got together for podcasts,
right?
Because you wonder if all these people come on here and just unload and they vent, because we recorded all those during the pandemic. So
yeah,
you wonder if they just use the podcast as an outlet to just spew all of these expletives.
Yeah, sometimes I do too. Sometimes I do.
We're here to help. We're friends.
Episode 24 included Alex Buckley from the Your Brain on Hops podcast, and
really?
From the Traveling Growler, and soon to be from the Beer Kind. Yeah, that was episode 24 back in 2016.
And are those older episodes, specifically that one, are those still available to listen?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yep, you can find them all at buffalobeerleague.com/podcast.
Okay.
Or wherever you're listening to this, just scroll through and go back to episode 24. And then episode 26 is 4 Mile, and I'll be back at 4 Mile this weekend. Not talking to them on the podcast, just literally picking up beer.
Although we should have those guys on the podcast. It's been a while since I've talked to those guys.
Yeah, right. They're far away. It's tough.
They are.
It's tough.
And we're going to Allegheny for Labor Day weekend. So, and I'm going to take your advice, and I will be stocking up on 4 Mile beer for that.
Yeah, especially the Allegheny IPA is one of my favorites to have while I'm out at Allegheny State Park. It's spelled differently on the can and the park. But still, it's one of my favorites.
I don't know why I never put those two together before you told me about it, but now that you did, I'm definitely doing it.
Oh, picking it up? Oh, yeah. Right? Allegheny State Park. I mean, when you're looking for local stuff down at Allegheny, I mean, Lakewood isn't that far from Allegheny State Park.
That's true.
Southern Tier is kind of local as well. But yeah, I always like to get me some Allegheny IPA, not just because it's the name, named similarly, but also because it's a really good beer. Allegheny IPA, spelled ALLGHENY, and then Allegheny State Park.
Isn't that how you spell the state park?
No.
Oh, excuse me.
Allegheny State Park is spelled ALLEGANY. There is no H in Allegheny State Park, which is weird. Right, then. Isn't that weird? Like they share a forest. That's why it's named Allegheny, because of the river and the forest, but multiple spellings of it. So yeah, Allegheny State Park does not have the H, and Allegheny IPA does. Silent H.
Kind of a weird little factoid, but you learn something new every day.
Well, when you're sitting at Allegheny State Park at 9 p.m. at a campfire holding the Allegheny IPA, these are the type of thoughts you have.
That is a good point.
Right? I'm bringing a guitar this weekend. It's going to be a good weekend. I'm that guy at the
there's always one.
I'm that guy. Like, okay, he brought out the guitar. Like we were having a perfectly fine time just talking, Scott. Thanks.
This guy.
Thanks. Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
Yeah. So you're gonna sing some really bad covers you don't quite know the chords to.
I was at Hamburg Brewing last night. I had a gig. I played for 2.5 hours doing exactly what you just described. It was a fun time.
So when you play acoustic, because I know you have a lot of gigs that you play, but when you play acoustic, like what kind of music do you play?
Yeah, I always say I play a little bit of everything, but in truth, it's mostly 70s folk music.
Okay.
Eagles, Pure Prairie League, The Band, Simon and Garfunkel, stuff like that.
Nice.
But there's also like Four Non Blondes and
of course
Proclaimers and a little bit of Dolly Parton, Billy Joel, Elton John, Justin Bieber, whatever's requested, really.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever people want to hear. If they throw something in the bucket, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, I was, I didn't really know like cover acts like did that with requests. So we were in.
Oh yeah.
We were in Put in Bay a couple weekends ago, and we went and saw this band. This band was playing at the bar on the island, and they were literally. They had no set list. They were literally just taking requests from the audience and playing them the best they could, and it was a great show.
Yeah. Do you remember the Hamburg Bike Pub Crawl? Were you ever part of that?
No.
Oh, okay. Village of Hamburg.
No.
Village of Hamburg last weekend in June. I think the last one was 2018. I wear the shirt every once in a while. And from what I hear inside, next year, 2024, there will be another Hamburg Bike Pub Crawl. You
just bike from bar to bar?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
And this would be like 150 people on bikes.
Like a slow roll.
And but for bar to bar to bar to bar.
Okay.
Right? We would start at JP Fitzgerald's, head down towards Pyramid, which if you've never been to Pyramid Bar, have you ever been to Pyramid Bar?
I have.
Okay, yeah, right. If you've never been to Pyramid Bar, it's an experience.
Yeah, it certainly is.
It's the diviest of dive bars in the village of Hamburg. because you don't think about dive bars in the Village of Hamburg, but they're there, and it's Pyramid. And I'm not saying that in a bad way because I love dive bars.
Right.
So you would go to Pyramid, and then maybe stop at Daniel's across the way, which I forget what it's called right now. I'm sorry.
I think, what is it, 174 now?
174, right? Because it's 174 Buffalo. And then Buffalo Street Grill, then Bray Miller's, both of which are no longer existent.
I was going to say neither of those exist anymore.
Right? And then Juicy. I don't know if Butera's was... Yeah, Butera's would have been open. So you would stop at Butera's. You'd stop at Coyote, but Coyote would be on the way back. Nope. Because here's why. No, because you would go to Mason's and then Exit 57 and O'Brien's West End Inn, and then you would end at Coyote Cafe. So it would come back, and then after Coyote Cafe, other people would go then to Poorhouse and Mammoser's. And by that time,
yeah,
you really can't ride a bike anymore.
Right.
You're doing the best you can. But anyway, I used to do the music for it. And hopefully again next year at O'Brien's at West End Inn, because that was where it would like officially end before it went to all the after bars.
Yeah.
Right. So my MO, my modus op, the way I would run it is you give me $1, I'll play your song. I don't care what it is. You throw $1 in there, I'll look up the words and I'll make up the melody if I have to, if I've never heard it before. But for $5, I'll stop any song you want. The only rule is
interesting,
right? You hate the song, you hate Sweet Caroline, $5, I stop. The only rule is for that $5, you got to tell me what song to start right then. Right. And then people will be like, but I love Sweet Caroline. Like, I'm sorry, it's going to take you $10 to make me start it again. Right. And you like, oh, but I paid $5 to stop it. Yeah, but he paid me 10. If you throw in 20, I'll stop it again. You got to tell me something else to do. Right. I used to make like $300 or $400 in tips.
Wow.
Just playing songs that people wanted and then stopping songs that people didn't want.
It's kind of like when you go to a jukebox in a bar and you pay more to play your song next.
Exactly right. Yep. Like, nope, don't want Sweet Caroline. But I would literally stop the song. They'd be like, $5, I hate it. All right.
That's awesome.
What's next? Right? Like, do a Britney song. All right, we'll try a Britney song.
Wow.
Which is, this site has been down for 22 minutes, apparently.
Like I said, man, that's above my pay grade. I'll supply all the content you need, but...
All right. Anything else to add? I'm sorry, that was a tangent.
Was there anything else I wanted to add? Oh, I think you had mentioned that about Beer Kind. You mentioned I have a longer form article at the website, which is
yes, you do
currently down, but
we think might be currently down.
Yep. Yeah, so that's but that's up, and I want to say that was the only other thing I wanted to mention.
All right. Again, it's not down for me, but it is down. It is down for isitdown.com. Which is weird. So I brought it up to the server company, and we'll see.
It is. Company. It's currently down for me, and I'm on the website probably more than anybody. So
yeah, and it's been about 27 minutes. So we'll find out what's up. All right. Well, have a good night then, and I will talk to you next week. Hopefully.
Yeah, man. Have fun in Allegheny, and we'll talk to you next week.
Yeah. Thank you. Everyone, we're going to go out with you. Can't Buy Beer with Condolences by the Rearview Ramblers, as we always do. You can find them at Rearview Ramblers. Everything here at buffalo.beer or at stepup.com, and we'll talk to you next week.